Greetings! I am Dr. Bunsen Honeydew, here as we take off in the skies in the new Aerial Movement Muppet Lab, where the future is being made today. What was that? Oh my. Today, we'll be talking about compounds instead due to the minor defects of my latest invention. Now, let's begin. Beaker! Beaker! Would you be as kind as to fetch me a bottle of cobalt chloride, please? Thank you for Beaker, Beaker. That'll be all, Beaker. Where do I put my glass of water? Anyway, I couldn't find it. Okay, let's start. First, we have to know that everything is made of atoms. And what is an element? An element is a material that cannot be made into anything simpler. So water is not an element, because it can be split up to hydrogen and oxygen. Oxygen is an example of an element. An atom looks something like this. A compound such as water is made of two different elements, therefore two different types of atoms. Compounds are made of at least two different elements. A molecule is made from more than one atom, but it doesn't have to be different atoms. It can be same or different. So compound is a type of molecule. But a molecule has to be more than one atom in total. When you combine the elements, the name does not change much. So let's say you combine one carbon atom with two oxygen atoms. You get carbon dioxide. Combine one chlorine atom and one oxygen atom, will result chlorine monoxide. Notice the monoxide and dioxide. Mono means one, because there's only one oxygen atom in chlorine monoxide, and di means two, because there's two oxygen atoms in carbon dioxide. A way to create a compound is by burning. Burning iron powder mixed with sulfur will result, well, you know, iron sulfide. There are so far only over 100 elements, but that can be combined to create millions of atoms. Anyway, where's my system Beaker? Beaker! Where are you, Beaker? Oh, there you are. Now, there are organic compounds and inorganic compounds. An example of an organic compound is calcium oxide, also known as quicklime. An example of an inorganic compound is carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas. Now, compounds are divided into two groups: ionic compounds and covalent compounds. The way to divide it is how the elements bond. So ionic compounds are made of a metal element and a non-metal element. A covalent compound is made of a non-metal element and another non-metal element. An example is, wait, I have an example here somewhere. Let's go find it, Beaker. Anyway, Beaker, we couldn't find it. No, it's okay. Now, before we continue, we need to know that an atom consists of protons, neutrons, and electrons. The number of protons and electrons in an atom is always the same. If the numbers of protons and electrons are different, it is not an atom, it's an ion. Now, let's get back to compound stuff. Yes, ionic and covalent bond. Now, Why is it when you mix a metal to a non-metal element forms an ionic compound? And why non-metal to non-metal forms a covalent compound? Well, there is an answer to this. When you mix a metal with a non-metal element, what happens is the electrons of the atoms get transferred. So the metal will not want an electron, which the non-metal will want. Therefore, the metal will transfer an electron to the non-metal. But in this way, they both will become ions. Since then, the number of electrons and protons are different. And since one of them has more electrons than protons, and the other one has more protons than electrons, one becomes a negatively charged ion, and another becomes a positively charged ion. And negative and positive ions are trapped in each other. Therefore, they will bond together. Just like this. Bond. Now, what's an example? Oh, right. I do believe that I have an ionic compound somewhere over there, although you couldn't find something like that. There is a 99.99% chance that I will not find it, just so you know, but let's just go see. And as I told you, yes, 99.99% of not finding it. Therefore, I think you already know if we found it or not. Anyway, let's continue anyway. A covalent compound, as I told you, was made of a non-metal element and another non-metal element. But it's not metal and non-metal, so they don't transfer electrons. Instead, they share the electrons. So what happens is, the two elements, such as this, they'll first merge together, and the electrons will go into one place, which they can be shared together, therefore creating a covalent compound. So these are two ways a compound can be formed, and the two categories of compounds. Now then, beaker, where's the beaker? Always runs away. There you are, beaker. I thought I told you to fetch me buffalo chloride. Oh wait, no, yes, you did fetch me one. Now, let me just get it up. Ah, here it is. Cobalt chloride. The compound used to detect water vapor. Now, cobalt chloride is made of one cobalt atom and two chlorine atoms. Now, it's usually a light pink in color, but in the presence of water, it will turn bright blue. So, this is a very good way to detect water by using cobalt chloride. Although it's not always liquid, sometimes it can also be a powder, you know. Yes, but right now it is a form of liquid. Now then, another compound. Beaker. Where is that beaker? Beaker. Oh, beaker. Where are you, beaker? There you are, beaker. Oh, what's that? My new invention is ready? Yay! Go and get it, beaker. You'll be delighted to hear it. I'll make my own compound. Plutonium sulfide. Yay! Ah, there it is, beaker. Isn't it great? My new compound. Yay! So far, the tests we have done on this is that a single drop that's outside the beaker will explode. So far, there's so little tests that we rarely know what else they can be used for. Now, you're about to experience the next test. My assistant Beaker here is going to sip some of this plutonium sulfide and see what happens to the tape internally. Beaker, why don't you take some? Go on, Beaker. It's fine. Just one sip will be enough. No, Beaker, it's fine. Okay, Beaker, how do you feel? Let's go for effect. Oh my! He just flew off the roof of this place. Anyway, see you next time at Muppet's Lab.